right, welcome to Left Turn Broadcasting, coming at you live, Pismo Beach, California. You got Tron here, and you got Marley on board. Marley, you got a copy, bud?
What's up, brother?
All right, man, we're about ready to call a race, and it's going to be for NOSSCAR. You see them up on the board right behind. They're going to throw some big things on track today. We got a Talladega race of 50%, 25 cars. Man, it is going to be some intense racing when it comes down to this. So we're hoping for that 2, that 3 wide. Just all that excitement coming from Talladega. So let me go ahead and go over the lineup real quick, and then Marley is going to go over the track, and then we're going to set these boys going green here. All right, so starting on our poll is J-Mods. All right, J-Mods starting there. We got second is Trouble for You. See, third is Titans. Fourth is That Man. Oh, all right, man. Got Titans for Marley's pick going on. We got That Man Perky in fourth. Fifth is D-Nubs. Sixth is Shadow. Seventh is Dave Rule. Eighth is NASCAR Kings. Ninth is Do King. 10th is Quarter Panel. Brett Baker is 11th. 12th is Hellcat Maverick. That's my pick. And then we got 13th, which is Bowman Nation. 14th is Convicts Popeye. 15th, a.k.a. Rubbernecker. 16, Long Shot. 17, Flash 9, our points leaders. 18th is Napa. Now, Napa Fan 24. 19th is You're Done, Son. I like that guy. 20th is NASCAR Off, or Oof. Then we got the 21st is Timac. 22nd is Armstrong. Oh, and then 23rd is Vintimidator. Oh, man, Vince starting in the back. All right, we're going to see what this is going to get down. So let's go ahead and get these guys started while you are going over the track for us.
All right, brother. Man, just listen to that lineup. It sounds, it's pretty interesting. Your points leader starting back all the way back in the 16th spot at Talladega, where it's very, very easy to get caught up in a big one. You know what I'm talking about. And so it's going to be one heck of a race. Lots of fast cars, a lot of good guys in here, and a lot of big names starting in the back. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this when it comes down to it, Marley.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Talladega is one of my favorite tracks and a lot of our viewers' favorite tracks as well. I expect to see with this talented group of drivers here in NOSSCAR, I'm expecting to see a lot of two-car, 3-car wide on the track. 3x3x3, 2x2x2, the whole race. It's going to be interesting. It's wide open, very fast track. You're putting down over 210 miles an hour down the back stretch and front stretch. It's going to be awesome. And one thing to watch is how these drivers manage their drafting, because the draft is just so strong with these super speedways, and you could just suck up on somebody so fast. And also, it's going to be, who can work with who the best. Are any of these guys teammates out there? You're going to see who's going to be able to work with who the best to try to get them separated from the rest of the field.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, though. Who's going to work with who? Who's going to hang who out to dry? Things of that nature when it comes down to it. Are they going to play nicely in the beginning and see what's going to happen? Because we know exactly when it comes to these big super speedways, you've got that massive draft that these guys get all wrapped up in, and they'll come with one heck of a run. I mean, we're talking full sends type of speed there, and they come roaring into these turns, and they can easily come up on if someone's letting up, and then you get that accordion effect. Chucks up that guy who happens to be in the middle, and he getting squashed like a little grape or a sandwich of some sort, and then he ends up spinning out. So lots of that to pay attention to as well, that accordion effect.
And one thing that I really want to keep an eye on too is these guys making it on the pit road with these green flag pit stops. That's going to be fun to watch, because you're coming out of turn 4 and you got to get woed up coming out of turn 4. You're doing over 190 mile an hour, and it's hard to get woed up down the pit road speed. So it's going to be interesting to watch if there's any black flaggers or whatnot. It could change and break everybody's race. So plus strategies, 4 tires, 2 tires. It's going to be interesting.
Splash of fuel, things of that nature. But you mentioned that coming at such an exponential rate of speed, coming to such a slow speed, trying to get these cars woed up. onto pit road, I mean, that should be just a mission all in itself, to be honest with you. I mean, because, you know, I'm sure these brakes are nice and cold because you don't ever touch them.
No, that's why a lot of people like this track. No brakes, baby, no brakes.
All right, folks, so it looks like the countdown has commenced. We are getting close to drop-in time for this massive race right here. Just waiting on our timing. Hopefully we can get the entire start here. This is always what we look forward to.
Looks like we can jump on in there, bud.
Copy that. All right, folks, we are loading up this bad dog right now. Just give us one moment here.
Ooh, I'm excited. Talladega, baby.
I know, this is one of your favorites, buddy. Now Marley is a super speedway king when it comes down to this. So he's got a lot of his talent from these super speedways.
Oh yeah, them Penske Fords are fast here. That's why I'm going with 12 Titans in that Penske Ford. I got a feeling he's going to find his way up front.
I don't know. I want to see what Hellcat Maverick has under the hood. If he does have that Hellcat motor in there and that type of Maverick speed. So, I mean, we're going to, you know, the Maverick driving, I mean. You got the Hellcat speed, and then you got the Maverick driving, put those into combo, and we'll see what's going to happen here. So that's definitely, and he's in that 62 car.
Getting going here.
Yep. All right, so we are going to get this guy fired off here. Give us one moment.
One of the best things I like about this track is the fact that it doesn't matter how fast you are. You know, well, I mean, it does, but what I'm trying to say is the guys that might not normally get a win, you know, at the other tracks, anybody can win this race. Anybody. And you see that in real NASCAR as well. This is anybody's race right here. I love it.
All right, here we come. Marley, what do you say? A little tradition action?
Hell yeah, crank it up.
Coming at you. NOSSCAR, Talladega. That is one heck of a start there for this Talladega Super Speedway. Marley, you still got me here, man?
Barely. I can barely hear you now.
You're still ringing, buddy. Give me a second. I love those cranker uppers. It really gets your blood flowing. I got it. All right,
I'm not sure if you've seen that, but there was a little bit of action going on in the back there, and unfortunately for Duke King, he got caught up in it and got the worst end of it. He's got some heavy damage on his car, but it wasn't enough to bring out the caution. So they keep on going.
All right, well, let's see if he can remain that first car a lap down, because with it being this early in the stage and him having contact and trouble right off the bat, he's going to go a lap down possibly too. So he's going to hope for either a caution or at least for him to be the only car a lap down, so you get that back in the next stage and really make a run at her. You got that 43 up in the front right now. What is going on with him?
Oh, looks like somebody's out to dry with that.
J-Moz is right there on spot, leading this charge of hungry cars. Look at these guys go. You got the 12 car of Titans in that Penske Ford right there. He is all over the bumper. Oh, yeah. He's pushing that Chevy, so
You know those Penske
Oh,
cars. Oh, look at that move. Those Penske cars like that clean air. Look at them go.
so J-Mod's now high and dry to the outside. He has no help whatsoever. He gonna try to round it up. Maybe he can round up some kind of help on this outside. He's way high against the wall. Could be strategy as well. He may be, be looking to pass to.
I want to point out here, long shot, I mentioned our points leader started back in the 16th position. He is up to 4th. And looks like 3rd now.
Wow. And that's impressive. And that's what you're going to see here, folks. You're going to see the back of the pack able to move directly to the front as long as they have that open door and a good run. And they manage that run accordingly.
Oh, I guarantee you, after this race, these drivers are going to all be up there on that daily leaderboard, or maybe all time with how fast they are running lined up like this. Oh.
Yeah, so far they're just scooting along, and I'm looking around to see if we might have a pack in the back that's forming up. It looks like we do, Marley.
There's 2 packs here. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of strategy, riding around the back a little bit, try to avoid if there's a big accident. But it looks like all these guys are you know, being fairly nice to each other.
So in this backpack, we have the 22, that other Penske Ford.
You see the Penske 1-2 in the front too, buddy.
Yeah, that's AKA Rubbernecker's leading this charge. You got the 1 of Flash 9, you got the 41 of J-Mods. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm not sure who actually the 41 is. That number's changed. Oh, that's your done son. Okay, that's right. Okay, so that was a number change. So that's you're done, son. He's over there. Sorry, I gotta say it. And you got the 24 of Timac right there, and then of course we have the 6 that Roush Ford of NASCAR off, leading up the back of this charge. You know, these guys are already starting to gain on that front pack, so we're gonna get up back forward here.
Titans got put out to dry. He's going to fall back to probably 11th from the lead to. It looks like maybe 13th or 14th there, once he gets in the back of that line.
So we see
looking too eager to let him back in.
Now this is a long race, so there you go. J-Mon's going to give him a nice little hole there. They're going to get all together here, commence their run. So once they get enough guys lined up, if they can drift back enough, and they all go at the same time, they can create that second line and really have some steam and momentum to charge up next to these guys. And if you get enough cars on the outside line, it will run past that inside line if you know how to pinch them.
Don't look now, but that little bit of mix up there in the front let that whole back pack catch up, and now it is 1 pack.
I love it. That's what we're talking about, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes. These guys really lining up together, and they will again gain ground and gain speed. And right now we are sitting a little bit more forward here on my pick for this evening, Hellcat Maverick in that 62. Looking like he's sitting nicely in that 4th spot, trying to hold himself down that top 5er. Got the 42 right behind him, seeing what he's going to be able to get done today.
Well, I seen Trouble for You stepped out, and he had the 41 of...
that's how you're done, son.
You're done, son. Yep, they tried to make that outside line work, but it didn't seem like anybody was too eager to go with them, so they just ended up having to call to the back and fall back in line. But I think as this race progresses, you're going to start to see these guys 2 by 2, and Tron, you and I know from experience, when you get that high line running, there's nothing stopping it.
Absolutely, absolutely, especially if the high line knows how to pinch the load line. Marley, would you go in to enlighten us a little bit of what that means about how to pinch that inside line?
What you do when you pinch that outside line, or the inside line, you don't allow them to really roll out off the turn, so it kind of slows them down, and then that outside line, by you pinching them down, you have your cars all the way up, and you are just ready, and you could just push it down the straightaway with so much more speed than that inside line is, because you pinch them down. Now, another thing that we didn't talk about was the side drafting. Side drafting is huge here.
We got 3 wide.
Ooh.
Almost. All right, there we go. Line it back up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That was Hellcat Maverick, by the way, kind of shuffling out there. He tried to start that outside line that Marley was just in the middle of describing, started to catch fans up, and then but no one really went with him, so he got drifted back from 4th now back into the 8th position. Go ahead, Marley.
Going on to the side draft in here. Now, what you'll see these drivers do when they're racing side by side, especially when you get that high lane rolling, your car on the inside or the outside, they can take their front fender and put it on the driver's rear quarter panel, and without touching them, just get close to it. And what that does is it takes their air and puts it on the car in front of them, their spoiler, and it essentially slows that car down by like as much as 5 miles an hour, and allows them to slingshot and take that position, or move their line along quicker.
Nice, really good description there, Marley. And meanwhile, you got some good battle getting ready to undertake here, as the secondary line, which Marley described, has caught up, now is catching some steam. You're looking at some high line takers out here. Look at this.
Well, look now, Batman Perky. It looked like he was starting that outside line.
I mean, we might be seeing that come here soon, because now they have enough speed and momentum. They got enough cars lined up, enough air is moving around, where they can actually do that with some efficiency now.
Well, it looks like they started to, then they were like, nah, not quite yet. And unfortunately for Triple for You, he got hung out to dry there.
So right now, we have trackers going on also. So J-Mods is one of our trackers. We find him currently in our 10th position here.
Yep, and I am following Longshot, the points leader, as my tracker. And he's sitting nicely in that second spot. 16th a second. Look at this outside line going. Now you guys are going to get to see what I'm talking about.
J-Mod's right there. There it is. Getting the high line to form.
Ooh,
looks like it's long shot. They got the 10. That man Perky. Got the 12 car Titans. You got J-Mod in that 43. Look, I got Flash. Yeah, Flash 9 in the 1 car following up. Here we go. Yeah, now let's see some action, boys.
That outside line is starting to move. Look at how it's overtaking that inside line.
All right.
And I'm kind of curious to see. They're giving lots of room now, but once they get that little pinch action going on, it's pretty intense.
For the lead, folks, right here. Outside, dominating. Go get them, boys. Woo! Uh-oh, here comes the inside line. They're not going to give up. They got a pretty fast car right there pushing. So you got the 22 and the 18. AKA Rubbernecker trying to lead that line with Piston Piper on his 6, trying to give him the help he needs. Don't forget.
Look at that outside line.
Woo! We got some wheel, we got some air being taken off these cars. That's why you're seeing them wobble around the way they're doing. There's so much air moving all over these cars right now, especially when they're getting too wide. Action was really picking up there. You see that whole outside line just drove past that inside line. Yep. And then ducked underneath. Now let's see if that other line can line back up and simulate exactly what those guys did. Now that was just a pack of 5 cars. So that was your top 5, and those guys started from the back and literally drove. Once they lined up on the outside, they were able to get past them because their line was more solid than the inside line. They're nose to tail, really gaining some momentum and speed.
Now, I want to point out how smart of a move that was by Longshot, because he knew if that outside line got formed, it's going to drive by, and he slid up running nicely in that second position on the bottom. He seen that outside line coming, and he smartly moved up and then had them push him right to the lead.
But you also need those drivers that can hold and handle that outside line. We got a little bit of contact.
Napa fan, and you're done, son. They got together.
And we are under caution, folks. Wow, that was ever so slight on the contact, and the way he went, he should have been in no man's land.
Looks like Timac lost his car, and that was a chain reaction of him trying to work his way back up onto the track, and there was just not a lot of room. But that's just racing here at Dega. It happens.
Right. So I got
much aero going on.
I got some tires going on here. I got a 50s on the rights, and some 80s, 70s on the lefts. Yeah, and I'm looking at 12 laps. I'm looking at 12 laps left. All right, so we're thinking a splash of fuel. Oh, looks like he's gonna go for something a little different. He can do some right side tires, give him that extra little grip he may need. And he's gonna roll it. So he did a little wedge adjustment as well. I'm sure you guys didn't see that, but again, to manage that tire difference. And here we go, folks. Gonna start this guy off again. Like tires and kick the fires. Here we go, Big Daddy.
A lot of strategy. You have a lot of guys that took either either just right sides or less fuel. Because this lineup is totally different. Longshot was your leader before that pit, and he's restarting in 7th. So your top 6 guys did some crazy strategies.
Right now, we are on board the 12 car. We're going to leave it here. So basically, kind of go with the center of view. We got the bottom line formed up. Top line's still gaining its speed and momentum here. And here they come. Let's see how well they can stay lined up through 3 and 4. And see what kind of speed they can pick up. Well, we got a little, like a 22, a little high. That's going to stall up their run and their line. Again, these guys got to be connected, nose to tail, like they are right here in the front. Look at this. These guys are moving now. They're hauling nail.
Yeah, you're coming up to 12 laps to go, I believe, and you're going to start to see.
We have contact, and we have a car down on the apron.
Oh,
coming back up.
Contact between J-Mons and that man Perky in that 10 car.
Okay. Ooh, great save though by I don't know who was that on the bottom that made that save.
It looked like a little farther back in the field you had your pick Hellcat in the wall a little bit.
Oh no!
Those momentums.
We got the outside line starting to form up, but there's more cars on the inside line. Look at this. 12 to 1.
2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
Stacked up in the front. Let's see who's going to go to the outside lines. See who's going to make it stick this time. You got Titans. You got Flash 9 on the outside. Trying to get this thing done right now. 9 car long shot right there with him. You got J-Moz in the 43 lining up on the outside. These guys did it before and they'll do it again.
They're trying. They're a little outnumbered at the moment.
They need a little more help, and looks like the help is coming. Here comes the 10 and the 41. 10 car, that man Perky, now joining this party. He want to get up in this fight. Here come the 40 car now, Brett Baker. Numbers are going on sides. Who's going to be able to win the first battle?
88 slid up in front of that top lane. He said, "You push me to the front."
And look at that.
Oh, they need to get lined up a little better.
Yep, they're starting to stack up on the bottom on him, and the highlights break it apart a little bit.
Oh man.
Yep, they're gonna need to line back up, get another charge, and do it again. Now watch these guys; they'll probably start to line up back here. They're gonna get this back draft, and they're gonna make one last charge because they're coming down.
You got 2 cars in the wall. Oh, contact!
Oh, 6 in the wall.
6 hard in the
22
wall.
on the going down low, trying to hold on to it. Cars spreading all kinds. It's coming up on go time, folks. Oh, it's been go time, but now these guys are really starting to force the issue.
You're coming up for that stage win, so that's very important. That's playoff points right there.
Yeah,
so
points are points are points.
Oh,
we got 4 laps
there's
remaining.
2 races within the race.
Oh, we got cars all over.
Oh, you got 2 cars going down.
Mad contact. He's trying to, the 22 of AKA Rubbernecker, he's trying to bring it back nice and ginger-like. There he goes. Good job for him. So far, man, look at this.
Oh, you got no fun. Brett Baker. Oh, man.
Oh, man. The heat is coming. The heat is coming. No caution. Oh, caution.
Yeah, caution's out.
Oh, man.
We're
gonna have, I was holding my breath the whole time. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Long shot got turned. Long shot got turned.
Well, look, you got Napafan and K-Taddy up here. They're both.
He is all sorts of damaged. All sorts of damaged.
They both start in the back and look at him running up there.
Yeah.
It's all right. They got plenty of time to get her fixed and get it back out there and make his run back. We just seen what they did from the back. Now, I mean, you know, because J-Mods started pretty far back there. Let's see who else did. See Titans. He started. No, he started up in the front. He did a real good qualifying lap. Vintimidator, where's Vin at, man? I haven't seen him for a minute.
I think he was in that backpack just kind of riding it out.
Oh, there he is. He charged to the front. He snuck up to the front. This is what he did.
There he is.
I just see that beast of a car right there. There he is. Yeah. J-Mods right now. Here we go, folks. Under green. This is a hot lapper right here.
All right, this is stage 2 now.
So we did make it to stage. Okay, that's right, because caution came out at the end. Okay, copy that.
Caution
Copy
came
that.
out. That was our stage.
That was our stage. So caution came out at the end. That ended our stage. So now we're on stage 2 right now. These boys are starting to form up right now. Looking at the outside here. Inside lane's starting to take off. Lined up, nose tail. Look at this. On board right now, Intimidator.
That lap these guys are going to put down right now. Oh, man. Flying out there.
So you got both 24s up here in the front. They came pretty much from the back there. So, and see the silver 24, that is Napa, and the regular 24.
Look at you, got a battle between D-Nub and the Beast, Intimidator.
Look at this, lining them up. Who's going to take it on the outside? They got a lot of takers out here. You got the 12 coming right now, Titans. You got the 10 of that man Perky. Yep. Man, we got all kinds of fun starting to happen here. Yeah, the line's starting to break apart just a little bit. They need more help. 18's high. A little rub, quarter panel out there. Oh, contact, 12 into the 3. 31 back down to the 10. 88, both of them all over trying to save it. Bunched everybody up.
5 wide in the back. 5 wide.
I counted 4, but I don't know. That was happening so fast. Because we just watched all that unfold right there because we were on Intimidator with that contact. How that stacked up that field, and look where he went from literally the front to the back in a blink of an eye. That was some amazing saves right there by those guys. Still now they got to line back up, get that draft, get the speed back up, and see if they can try to get something done here. Drifting back a little bit on Titan. Now Titan's sitting out there at the back of this line. He's in contact with J-Mod. You know these guys like to run the outside. Let's see if they can get a run, get enough cars behind them, and start that charge. All right, looks like the 17's up. That's Shadow trying to find something. He's found nothing.
Yeah, D-Nub took control. Man, week after week when we see D-Nub, he always seems to be up there at the front.
He does, though, man. He's, you know, and again, we don't know who's really going to be there at the end, but we do know a lot of these guys like to be those where they come from guys.
Yeah, he's got to be shaking in his pants right now because he's got 2 Jeff Gordons pushing him.
Yep. I mean, and they're really good Jeff Gordons, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Ty Mack and NASCAR fan or Napa fan. And they are lining up good. Here comes the 1.
Look who's up to 6th place.
All right.
After that damage and getting taken out right before the stage.
Long shot.
Burke is like up to 5th now.
Yep.
Going underneath.
That's what I'm saying. Anything can happen here at Talladega, folks. We don't know who's going to do what till the final stage. And even the end of that. You're on board right now. D-Nub's really leading the charge here. Look at his solid line. He is glued to that bottom, and he's going to stay there. He's protecting it with his life right now, my friends. And they're going to need a bunch of cars to drift back a little bit. Or that group that's back there going side by side, if they lined up, they'd actually have the momentum to catch these guys.
Man, you read in my mind. I was just going to say, that backpack, they need to get lined up. They are falling way behind by racing each other so hard. They get lined up, they catch right back up, and maybe even drive by that inside line if they stay together and move to the outside.
Well, with that kind of momentum they're going to have, if they have that long line of cars, because they're going to take this draft right here, they're going to utilize the energy of this pack, which is a pretty big pack. So they're displacing a lot of air right now. So with that pack, if they were to line up, and let's go back to them real quick since we're lined up here.
Yeah. Looks like they got lined up now. I mean, and they could definitely catch them too. I mean, they have the Beast leading the pack, and he was just not that long ago leading the race. So he can definitely pull them guys right up there.
All right, we're is drifting back a little bit, trying to not backpack of cars right now. So far, you're still on our lead pack. Alright, and then here we go. Okay, so we are on board the 6 car, that Roush Ford. Oh, we got some contact there. They're definitely not going to be able to get him with that kind of momentum. There's a 62 of Hellcat Maverick. He's bringing up the tail end of this line.
And this is going to be interesting.
There's one line.
Two packs here.
And there's
Who's
the second.
Who's going to pit first?
Ooh,
now the
yes.
second pack. If they pit first, that second pack is going to have the speed to overtake this first pack.
Right.
Because they'll be up to speed first. So it's going to be something interesting to watch here. Oh, looks like we're under caution.
Well, caution's out, folks. Caution is out. So maybe we won't see that green flag caution. We still have lots of laps left of this guy. We got 20 laps left. You're looking at 19 laps of fuel.
Yeah,
17 laps of fuel. Yeah, 19. Oh, man. Could be, if
now
this goes green. Oh.
Yeah. Now's the time. See, now that's another thing to point out there. Good thinking, Sean.
Yep.
Now, the lead car eats up more gas than the cars behind them drafting. So actually, the best place you want to be is back there around 5th, where you could kind of half throttle it down the straightaway a little bit and save that extra lap of fuel and maybe pull the stage.
Because, I mean, it's going to be really close on fuel, and as Marley just described, that lead car is going to be burning all the fuel, and the cars behind them, not so much. All right, here we go, folks, going back green again.
Yeah, the draft really pulls you around here, so you essentially don't use as much gas. And it's definitely going to be interesting to watch here. One lap short on fuel. Ooh, it's going to be interesting.
All kinds green, going green, super green.
Oh, lots of contact in the back.
We're looking at it right now, trying to hold on to her. On board right now, flashlight in that one car on the outside, trying to make this outside line get up to speed and work. We don't got that much time left here in this stage.
Way down on the apron. Way down there. Your 37 car. How is he going to work his way back up?
Oh, that's Duke King right there in that 37. A JTG Chevy. So, well, luckily...
He's going to let these guys by.
Okay, well, luckily they're not quite up to speed yet. He has cars and help back there. Maybe he can find some contact with somebody, the right contact, I mean, and he can draft his way up to the front. Okay, so on board, we are on board Flashline right now. He was starting that outside line, and it lost its steam and its popularity. Everybody decided to go to the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's thinking the same thing that we were thinking. Draft. Try to stretch this fuel so that you can make it. Because if this thing stays green, there's going to be a lot of cars that just aren't going to be able to make it. Plus, it depends how they got their cars set up. If they got those R's way up higher than some other people, then they're going to eat even more gas. So this is going to be real interesting to watch here. How this falls out.
That or they're driving a Ford, because that's another thing about the Fords, that they're horrible gas mileage. I mean, oh wait, did I say that out loud?
They get horrible gas mileage because they're a lot faster, so you burn the gas off quicker.
And it starts, folks. Well, actually, it never stopped, just so you know.
Looks like that was a little strategy by the 37 car. He made his pit stop already, so he said, listen, I'm not going to make it on fuel. I'm going to take on pit stop now and see where this all falls out. Maybe some cars will run out of gas on the track.
That would make sense. I mean, all the sense, but with the amount of speed that he's going to be losing just being by himself, I mean, he's going to be losing seconds. I mean,
yes, there's a good 10 to 20 mile an hour difference from draft to driving by yourself. Especially
the way these boys are running right now, and they are not trying to drive slow by any means. So the 24 is really working together right now. Let's see what what Napa Fan has in store, as opposed to Timac. How long is Timac gonna take this charge here, burn this fuel down? How much fuel does he have?
Yeah, it looks like the 12 car from what I've been watching. The 12 car and the 43 car, J-Mons. So J-Mons and Titans, they've really been working together this whole race. So I'm curious to see if they're going to wait and then try to make a push. Oh, little high there. Yep. Yeah, what's going on here?
So it looks like J-Mod's got a little high line. Look, he did find his place back in line.
It looked like he went to start that outside line, and him and Titans just weren't on the same page, so it allowed D-Mub to get by them.
Yeah,
Luckily, they were able to get back down to the bottom, back in the draft.
Right. And I'm pretty sure they're all kind of thinking, like, you know what, we got to run this thing out. There's still some laps left, and now if there's a fuel issue in question. So I can imagine not trying to go for the gustos until the very end, but you know what? We ain't driving.
Yeah.
Because I know me, I don't have the patience level for that matter. I like that 2-3 wide here. And if Molly knows if there's anybody that's going to be jumping out and trying to start another line, it's going to be this guy right here, Tron. I mean, that's just...
24's got broken up.
Yeah.
Hung out the drive.
Uh-oh, now watch this. Watch this unfold.
Don't look now, but long shot up to second place.
Uh-oh. As he's going all the way to the back, this was our leader, right? Or second place right here, folks. He walked the car a little bit, allowed the inside line to get underneath him, which he forced him to the outside, and he's going to go all the way to the back.
Yeah, when you get caught out to dry, it is one of the worst feelings because you know you're going to fall in the back of that pack and have to work your way all the way back up again.
Yeah. But at the same time, when it does come to working your way back up through this pack, if you can get that outside line a cooking and a running, you'll come up with in a hurry. As opposed to, say, other tracks and other races, big different story. It takes you a long time to pass somebody cleanly. And
don't look now, but I was talking about the 43 and the 12. Oh, man. Yeah, they had to fall back in line. They just didn't have it, but they tried it.
We're coming up to the 10 to go mark. And we got that 24.
Wants to keep going, but nobody wants to go with him.
Yeah, well, the 24's been out here the whole time. So would this be something to be worried about, Marley?
Yeah, that's going to be... I tell you right now, I doubt that 24 can make it the whole way because he's been leading this thing. He's praying for a caution right now, or he's going to end up pitting.
We're going to keep our eyes right forward of this guy, showing the entire front pack here.
Now, I'd keep a close eye on cars like 22 or Rubbernecker and Flash 9 and Intimidator just comfortably running in that like 9th or 10th position. Probably just reaping the benefits of that draft and just cruising if you catch my drift, you know.
Yeah.
They probably saved that lap of fuel already.
And here we go, folks. Outside line of Foreman. We're coming in 10 to
Popeye,
go.
Where did he come from?
This is what I'm talking right here, buddy. Got the 42.
I got my fuel. I want that lead.
Probably just waiting for that right go fast moment. This is Convict's Popeye right here, taking over the lead. 12 car now in that top spot right there, trying to lead some more speed to that high line.
Titans, baby.
But look at the 42 Convict's Popeye. He did not wait around to get that line passed. He as soon as he got cleared, he said, "I'm gonna jump to the bottom." So now
here you got long shot moved up top. Can he pull this top high line around?
Right. So will these drivers remember that the 42 was leading this top line, all right, especially the 12 car Titan, and then as soon as he cleared the front, he jumped down to take over their line. So later on in the race, so they're gonna remind him of that favor and gave him nothing. And look at this. Here they come, powering by. And the 42 trying to sneak a little draft off these dudes as they roar past him on the outside. Outside line, really a Foreman. Now it's kind of scrap a little bit, so now these guys are going to check up. We should be coming up to about 8 to go, I'm thinking. 8 to go.
Yes.
All right, and it looks like we have plenty of fuel for some of these back cars. I'm looking on here right now. J-Mods is set. He's looking pretty at 11 laps. He got plenty.
He dropped back. I'm wondering if he's saving a little bit.
I think he's
good. Good on fuel?
Yeah, he says right here. He got 11 laps. We got 8 laps left, so he's looking pretty. So now it's all about see if we can get this draft right here in the back of these cars, push these guys up to the front. He got 8 laps to do it, which is a lifetime here at Talladega.
Well, I should have known that he was going to be good on fuel. He's in a Chevy.
Yeah, right. didn't know we had the hybrid system? Yeah, we didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, 24, a little push to the outside there. He is stuck high and dry. No man's land outside with no help whatsoever. Now he's going to get quickly back in the line, falling into the 5th position. And it looks like...
maybe that's a little strategy. Maybe he said, I need to draft now so I can save that fuel.
That could be possible. He could be running that thing pretty close to empty with a little bit of contact there. Allows everyone to straighten up. All good. No harm, no foul. We still going straight here. Going straight real fast. We got that 9 car charging to the front right now. He got himself one strong piece out here.
This second pack here, there was a little bit of a gap. That's going to allow them to get a nice run here on the outside. As you see the 12 car move his way outside. Is anybody going to go with him?
That's what they need. They need that help right now. They need the back of the pack. Oh! Someone tried to sneak out.
Contact.
That's going to blow them up. No, that's going to stop that whole outside. Yep, that's all he needed right there was for that to happen. And it does look as if J-Mods has lost that draft, so he's going to have to wait till next stage to get a little piece of it. As we have the 24 coming in on pit road right now, Timac. So he cannot make it on fuel. Not going to happen.
Man. I bet you're going to see a couple more of these drivers dropping off.
Yeah. Now I'm really curious. Who's going to have it at the end of this stage? That caution came out like just with that critical turning points of the end of this stage right here. We're on stage 2, by the way, folks. Just a little recap of our action here in this front pack. Hey, guys are crazy! Woo! Intimidated, going for it! Oh, wow!
Convict Popeye at the bottom.
Convict's trying to remain. Yeah, he got a taste of that clean air. He want more of it. He's in a battle. If he's
coming
smart.
Up on Timac. Oh, poor Timac. He's going to fall a lap down.
Let's see what's going to happen now. We still have a little bit of race left, some cautions possibly. You got to stay gunned and look like he's trying to get some pushing down on the inside. What was going on? Contact! More contact! That was below that double Yaris.
Ooh, that little bit of a gap is going to allow that 24 to get a run.
Yep. And if he can just get someone who's going to help him right now, he can swoop out fast. There he goes. He needs someone to help him.
Oh, no.
He's got nobody. Got nobody. Oh, nobody's going with him.
Not today. And they took his spot.
They're like, too soon, Junior.
No crappies in the 88. Oh, man. That's funny.
Oh, you hit that NOS button a little too soon. And here we go. That's exactly what this track is like, folks. It's like, well, I know a lot of us haven't really driven with NOS, but it's like hitting like an extra boost button. And when you can get that thing dialed where you can punch that button at the right time, this thing feels like it has 100 more horsepower.
And Convict's Popeye's got to be feeling like a sitting duck right now.
Oh, either that or you know, king of the world, man. He's probably stoked right now, just making sure that...
Coming up here to the end of this stage, though, you know them guys behind you, they're fixing every possible... They're in their heads right now. They're running through every scenario how they can get by that 42 and steal this stage.
Look at the 22 back it up. Look at the 22.
Yeah.
Back it up just a little bit. There you go! Yeah! Too high! Oh, yeah! Okay, he's got help. He's got plenty of help. He did have plenty of help. 88 said,
nope,
and jumped to the bottom.
Not today.
Yeah, but he jumped there, almost took out the 24. Bam! Oh, my!
Shot in the wall.
Oh! That was intense, folks.
Oh, massive damage, massive damage.
Where is this gonna go? Now how's this gonna play out? No caution. Wow. We're still under hauling it mode right now.
Oh man, massive damage to Longshot's radiator. He is just not having luck. Nope. The end of both of these stages.
We're not done yet, folks. There's still more contact. These guys have draft. They're trying to get another run. There goes right down there. He's gonna take it 3 wide. Yeah, you go get some, Vin. Look at this dude. Take this guy 3 wide. Here we go. Oh, contact by the 12. Goes according effect into the 17.
Oh, you see the 88 with some side draft on the 22. Oh, little beats and banging.
Oh, man. Wrapping it down to end of stage right there.
Top, I took it.
He took that. I don't know about the rest, so they're all lined up 3 wide, all kinds crazy at the end. Your guess is as good as mine, folks. Woo! That was crazy.
And that was just stage 2, folks. That was just stage 2.
All right, so we got, let's see, checking our field over right now.
41 laps remaining now. 19 laps of fuel. So that means if we run this with no cautions, they're going to have to pit once and then another time for a splash and dash.
Man. So this is it. This is stage 3 right here, folks. You're going to line all these jokers back up. There's going to be some cars that are going to be making haste real quick, like, all right? It's because they're laps down. They're going to try to get some. I mean, we're looking at laps down. Timac in the 11 is a lap down right now. The other 24 car. He's our first car a lap down.
He's hoping for a caution, so that way that he can get his lucky dog.
Well, I'm sure, I mean, this is Talladega. I mean, and, he could possibly be getting his wish here in a minute. So, look at this guy already starting 3 wide, beating and banging. We ain't up through the gears yet.
I don't think we had the big one yet. It's going to happen.
We got wobble on a 17 now. Close another car, spin, hit.
Oh my goodness.
And we're under caution, there it goes. And we still got more beating and banging right there. Woo!
Oh my lord. Some days you got the luck, some days you don't. And right now, Longshot is having a heck of a day.
Okay, his luck is running out.
Yeah.
That long shot's not paying off today, I guarantee it.
You know who's liking this though? Flash 9, who's sitting up there in that top 10. He's second in points. He's loving this.
Oh yeah.
If Longshot has a bad day, he says yes. First place.
Yes. Now look at this though. We have some new ducks up to the front of this pond right here. Got the 22, the 10, and the 42 up here. You're looking at that man Perky, a.k.a. Rubbernecker.
Oh, something happened there because now you're 42. Your stage winner from stage 2 is all the way in the back of the field. So you got a lot of people that may not have taken full either tires or fuel, something. Now,
as we know, that's not too... Well, it might not be a huge issue because you will be able to gain a lot of track position very quickly. But
the biggest issue here at Talladega is that right front tire. That right front tire, because you're so much speed in them turns, and with the banking, when you're throwing that car in there, it just eats up that right front tire. It's funny. He said right front tire. I said mayhem. Wow.
Oh, that's another one. I'm gonna give farmers a call. Because anyways, king of mayhem. You know, left turn broadcasting is. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, here we go right now, folks. We got an amazing race going on right in front of us here. Let's rotate a little bit further to the front. All right, Dave Rule is now currently in our 6th position. Let's see what kind of line is going to start to form here. We got the 22. Oh, 24.
Second.
That's Napa fan. He's on the high and dry right now.
Flash 9 says, I want to get to this lead and I want to stay there. My competition in the points right now is having a little bit of technical difficulties, so...
Oh, that's a firm, because look at this right now. I think everyone's having a little bit of technical difficulty, because it looks like hurricane status. Don't worry about the tornado.
Oh, Dave Roll got hung out to dry, something nasty there.
And he made an aggressive move to the bottom.
Yeah, he did not want to get stuck on that outside again.
Almost looked like a road course move. Quarter panel. What? Where did he come from? 18 car in that 3rd spot, right behind some of the fastest. You got Flash 9 right there in that catbird seat in that 2nd spot. 22 of AKA Rubbernecker just holding his breath the whole time. I can see he's starting to look like a Smurf in there. Turned pretty blue. Because right now, whoa!
Oh.
Got a nose underneath him.
Yeah, get this. So, we were just talking about how Timac was hoping for a caution and he'd get that lucky dog. Well, he got it, and he's all the way up to 5th place. And
still on the charge, 18. He's getting all kinds of rubbings getting done by that 40. That 40, Brett Baker's really trying to get him that run that he needs so that way they can hopefully take this thing up on the high side, get some momentum past these dudes, and see what's going to happen. 18 seems pretty wiggles right at this moment.
And there's your pick, Hellcat, sitting there nicely in that 6th spot.
And here he comes right now with the charge right behind that 24, trying to give him the shot that he needs, get him out and about. Got a little bit of a gap there, so we're looking for a bunch of cars stacked up real nice with a little bit of a gap, getting that run linked up together, and then they're going to roar past these guys who really aren't as tight as the basically the group that's going to be passing them. Well, we got a car around the 42. Oh man, all kinds of calamity there. That was Convict's Popeye. He got himself into that one.
That was the big one. I don't know if that was quite the big one, but
it was pretty close.
Yeah, we're gonna get. I don't know. I think we're gonna get a really big one. I think you're gonna see one with all but like 3 cars getting caught in it when they start racing for the lead.
Well, it's winding down to that right now, bud, because we are looking at 30 laps to go. These guys are gonna go. It's gonna knock out one of these pits. I guarantee you there.
And it looks like they're getting 15 laps of fuel.
Armstrong's in that 51, got it. Alright, on board Flash 9 right now. Looks like he is he's stationed as our leader. Let's see what happens after a round of pit stops. See who's gonna take what.
Some strategies here.
Wow, we got the 40, that McDonald's Chevy. Chip Ganassi, Brett Baker taking point. He gonna try to get something done. Who we have on the outside here? Let's get it over to Brett. Oh, Brett Baker trying to get something here in the front. Little sneak attack. We got the 88 Piston Piper on the outside. He's getting a good shot by the 41. Uh-oh. Whoa. 6 a little loosey-goosey. 24 trying to, hopefully he's gonna straighten her up. Come on. Here we go, getting up to speed.
Now here at Talladega, they run their tire pressures really high. They're essentially driving on balloons out there. So until they get that heat in them tires and get up to speed, these cars are pretty loose.
Little wiggle. As you see, we're trying to see that outside line take shape and form, but it is a little broken. Little broken home action on the top line right now.
Oh, 4 wide in the back of the pack.
This is not the type of 4 wide you want to see, though, folks. You want to see some more of this, you want them more lined up, because when you're 4 wide by yourself, you're losing ground.
Oh, yeah. You want to be in the lane that has the most cars.
All right, see, we're on Hellcat Maverick now, and that's 62, all over the bumper of the 41 of J-Mod, or no, I'm sorry. The 41 was, oh, you're done, son. That's it.
You're done, son.
You're done, son. I love that guy. Cheers, J-Mod just had to have himself a world of hurt back here in the back. 18 spots sitting in the back, trying to figure out some kind of run. Oh, whoa, we got a little contact there.
Ooh.
41 may have blowed up a little bit. 62 was in the back of him. They both kept it pointing the right direction. Look, there we go. 9 car on the outside, all by his widow lonesome. There he goes.
Run by Brett Baker, putting that 40 cutter up there on the point.
Oh yeah, no kidding. And still remaining on point. Let's get back to him.
Show McDonald some love.
There he is. He's doing a great job for his sponsors. Got McDonald's Chevy up there charging hard. Got another Hendricks one right behind him. So a little Chip Ganassi and Hendricks up there trying to work together, get something done. They got another Chevy right there, and in between is that lonely Penske Ford.
That's 22, man. He's fixing to just drive around these guys because these bow ties in the front are slowing them down.
I don't know. He's outnumbered, dog. I don't know. He just, you know. I don't see how it happening.
Yeah, he's in a Chevy Sandwich at the moment.
Well, I mean, I see his future looking kind of blinky.
And you got your first Toyota running back in fifth.
Yeah, man, I'm watching that. That's quarter panel. Yeah, in that 18. Trying to get it done. That Gibbs Toyota. He's got some help. He's got that 88 on his 6 piston Viper. Another Hendrick Chevy up there.
What an excellent job these guys are doing. Oh, you got close through the
grass. Oh, just said, Molly, quiet. Stop it. See if you say something. Oh, man. That's great save, though. Amazing save.
Jinxes, because I think I might have just jinxed him there.
Maybe. All right, but yeah, he did some good landscaping. He left his... Now, that's what you call leaving your mark on the track, all right, folks? Because he definitely left that thing through the sod.
I call it premature celebration. He's already doing donuts. He didn't even win yet.
You want to get his highlight, too. I get you. We got a great battle going on right now. Again, these guys are lined up pretty good. Everyone's looking for their next run. The 18's shifting back a little bit, got a little snake action going there. But it looks like, again, everyone's riding around trying to be patient. We got J-Mods back here in the back. Look like he's made his way back up to the top 10, so he's at the back of this line. Now, he was just in our 18th spot, so let's go ahead and drift back to J-Mods a little bit there.
How long do you think they're going to be content riding around here?
Not long.
I think...
There goes J-Mods jumping out, trying to do something. Here comes a 12 with them. 31, Intimidator. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the sideline's starting to work. And look at time I've seen him coming. He said, I'm going to move up there, too.
Do you got these guys on comms? Do you tell them? Hey,
no, I did not tell them, no.
That was perfect timing there, Marley. Seriously. Yeah, that's what it is. So you got that crystal ball and you didn't share it with me? Oh, that's messed up. So who's going to win then? No, I'm just kidding. Don't share who's going to win, dude.
I already told you who's going to win. My pick.
No. That was your guess. That was your guess. We got an awesome...
I'm not guessing tonight. I'm like Tony Romo on the football broadcast. I can tell you what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah, this is Talladega. No one knows that. Here we go, folks. We're trying to see what's going to happen here on this outside line because it gets the party started, but then it doesn't have enough people to sustain it, and then it kind of falls apart like the cops showed up too early, and they broke that party up instantly because it's
I'm going to the fourth. I am going to do that.
We got a 24 down. That was Napa fan. Throwing up some smoke screen there. He threw some dirt up in the air for sure.
Man, it looks like that moved to the outside and that line broke up. It really hurt Timac. It took him from the second spot all the way back to 9th place.
As we're rotating a little more forward of this crew here, folks. Just give us 1 second.
Brett Baker says, I'm just going to paint this line around this bottom, and I dare you to try to pass me on that outside.
Woo! Look at that! The one is just a little holding on to that thing.
Man, did he drift that or what?
Yeah, I saw the sparks flying and all, man. He's definitely putting on this little bit of a fireworks show out there. And it's during the day. Great control there, trying to hold on to that thing. He was just, again, that looked like 18 just took all kinds of air off that, and he was chasing that thing all the way down track. Excellent driving by that one. That's Flash 9, though. Expect nothing less. And he's right in the 17th position, folks. 17th position. He's been running up front the whole time.
Let's see, where did, Brett Baker, he started in the 11th position, your race leader. But good run for him, too.
All right. So he had himself a strong, decent car then during qualifying as well. You won't be able to tell, though.
I touched on this earlier in the beginning, before the race even started out. This is one of my favorite tracks because anybody can win this race.
Wow, we got contact. 18 down to the bottom, trying to bring it back up nice and ginger-like. See what they get done. Easy. Oh! Almost has it, almost! Hold on to it, buddy! Man, that was major contact to an aggressive and just sick save right there by quarter panel in that 18 Gibbs Toyota. Woo!
Check this out. Don't look now, but that 62 Hellcat Maverick is going to have one heck of a run here. Does he go to the outside with it?
Not yet. Nope. Doesn't have it yet. Just doesn't have the support. He needs that support structure. Oh, look at this! 22's looking. 41's looking. Oh, no, no.
Oh, we got the 18 in the wall.
Whoa! Quarter panel outside. Little contact with the 31 of Intimidator. These guys got a little load up and slowed up in the back. Here they come, trying to get something on the outside.
3 wide in the back here, 3 wide.
Yes, sir. The 10, the 12, that man Perky, and Titans. I didn't see who was the third party partner in that one. 4 now, starting the outside line.
But he got Timac with them boys.
All right, we try to get a little push action, get a little run. Oh yeah, Miley, they would not like us in this race.
No.
Man, look at these guys run though, man. I can only imagine the speeds that these guys are throwing down right now. Light cars, good tires, wind up tough with an ample amount of cars to push. Man, you know these. I can't wait to see the board after this.
You might see some of these guys on that all-time leaderboard after this. Top track times.
I'll be interested to see. So right now you're on that 40 car who has been just doing himself one fantastic job leading this Joker, man. I mean, he's kept that Chip Ganassi Chevy hammered down on that yellow line, guarding it with his life. I mean, he has that flag, he ain't giving it back. I mean, seriously, doing an awesome job.
Hey, I'm thinking maybe he deserves a little cranker upper in it.
Let's do it, buddy. Let's do it. Cranker upper coming at you. Hold on, folks. Still there?
Oh, the 40 in the wall. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Oh, the 40 got pushed up just a tad and lost his lead, and he found the wall.
And look at all this. It just now happened. All of it. In a blink of an eye, folks, this will change.
Too. Here it is. Look at that outside line. That man Perky goes
all
to the
built
point.
Up and rock and rolling. Look at this guy.
All right, he's got lots of help now. 2 by 2
look
by
at
2
those guys.
by
That was a
2.
good view right there. Got the 31 of Intimidator. Look like he's trying to do everything he can. They got some fast cars lined up on the high side. That man Perky trying to get her done. He's leading the charge.
They need a little bit more help up there.
Watch this. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if the 1 and the 9 jumped out to the outside. No, their line gets broke up a little bit.
Oh,
they're gonna lose that momentum.
Popeye. Oh man, that just took all that momentum away.
Yep.
And they're gonna have to line it back up and try it again.
Yeah, man. Now, what kind of time we're looking at? We're looking at 12 laps to go, folks.
Yep, and I'm seeing 7 laps of fuel.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention. I don't think we have enough fuel there, Marley.
No, I'm seeing about 7 laps. They're gonna be pitting 6-7 laps.
Now, I mean, obviously. This is critical here, all right? This is crucial. With this few laps running down, when do you pit? How do you pit? Do you pit with the
contact.
group?
Contact 3 wide.
3 wide.
Oh.
You got that man Perky in the 10 car outside of J-Mod. J-Mod still stuck in no man's land with zero help. The inside line really trying to take off and run. The 40 car, who was our leader, has drifted back now to about the 8th position after aggressive run there that the opposing line had on him. He was trying to do a both the park.
That's actually year 41 you done, son. The leader who was leading the race right here, McDonald's. He's coming up on your screen. He's right in front of the leaders. He pitted already.
Oh wow. Okay, so he checks up. He pits.
This is going to be crucial. If he can stay with this lead pack and keep with their track, he's gonna have great track position when the rest of these guys pit.
Wow, this is going to be.
You're going to see.
What a tournament is.
A lot of strategies here. You're going to have people that do splash and dash, people that are taking care of their tires right now. You're going to see. Oh, you got the 12 car in the inside wall.
Oh.
Spinning on the track.
Trying, looking.
They stay green, guys. They stay green.
Uh-oh, we're still green. All kinds of green. The 40 car's drifted back just a little bit. There he is. See him getting that line like Marley was talking about. That's that red car right there. Who's already came in, got his splash. He's good to go for the end. So these guys, everyone's going to have to pit. There's no way that you can save, I don't know, 3-4 lap of fuel.
I'm seeing about 4 laps. These guys are going to all be pitting.
Man.
And, this is going to be, who's going to take the splash and dash? Who's going to take just right side tires? I don't think you're going to see anybody take 4 with 5 laps to go. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see who can sneak away with a victory here.
Man, well, look at this, though. You got Hellcat Maverick in that 62 in that 4th position behind some really fast cars. You got the 1 and the 9 lined up. So those are our points leaders right there. These guys nose to tail, not letting each other get away, which is precisely what they want to do, is they want to make sure they keep in contact with or ahead of the other person. And they're doing a great job so far. Now this front group's starting to break away.
Was going to make its way to the front. The Fords can't follow the Chevys for too long before they just get antsy. They want to go fast.
I feel you. I get you on that one. Don't worry. They're gonna go fast because they're gonna catch Chevy's draft. See how that even rhyme. All right. So we got the second line right here lining up right now, and they are seriously getting some good momentum here. But to what avail? Do they just kind of keep it? No, they're on them. They are on them now. Look at this. They got a mad run. Whoa! Here we go.
Takers to the pits. Can he get woed down in time?
Oh, there's the other question. Who's going to black flagger and ruin their entire race? Oh, I hate to put it so lightly.
Perky cut the pit road wall. Oh, man. That's going to blow up his efforts with that damage.
Well, there's a way to upgrade your brakes.
yeah.
So here we go. Right now we have Flash 9 in that 1. You got the 9 car of Long Shot in that 2nd spot. Now you have Hellcat Maverick in that 62. And you have the 40. Is that the 42?
Well, you got more takers. Here comes Hellcat.
Okay, here we go.
And NASCAR King coming to the pits. Gonna get woed up.
Oh, that was iffy.
It looked a little hot.
Iffy.
And it's not like they had any practice at this. I believe this is their first green flag pit stop. So
I'm pretty sure a lot of them are finding out for the first time that the brakes work.
Oh, I had those.
or how much they don't. Sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully they tested them. Oh,
that's it.
You got the 12 car in the wall.
Alright, so now we have these. This is our leader right here. You have the 1 of Flash 9 and the 9 car of Long Shot. 1 and 2 are points leaders, and here they come on the pit road. Whoa! Blowing them up, slowing them up. That looks like a decent pit stop. I can vouch that.
Right there.
That looked clean. I can definitely vouch for that one. Let's see who's going to get out what
Flash
now.
9, Long Shot, and Timac right in behind them. So these guys should all come out pretty much the same time.
All right, so right now it's scheduled as, looks like one of the 24s is our leader. But again, we're still cycling around our pits. Right now, we're on board. You're done, son, in that 41.
We got long shot exiting right now. I'm going to be curious to see where he falls out.
Whoa, they're going to come by him on the outside. Now, what they want to do is they want to line up as fast as possible here, folks. Now, this is the trick here. Here's a trick when it comes to this style of pitting and this segment of a Talladega super speedway race. As you come out of pits, you want to line up with whoever it is as fast as race car driver possible, all right? Because literally, as soon as you get wound up with somebody, you're going to instantly start gaining time on whatever leader or just the race track pace in general. So if the leaders could be way far out ahead of you, but if they have no help, you might gain an entire backstretch on them in a matter of a couple laps.
It's showing Napa Fan 24 as our leader.
Okay.
Long shot is in second place. And we got about 3 laps to go here.
Uh-oh.
Long shot is your leader.
Keep commentating,
Napa
bud, because we just
came
lost
out of the pits.
We just lost it. We just lost the feed. Keep commentating.
No.
Yep. Hold on, I'll get in. I'll get in. Just keep commentating. Just give me a second.
Okay. We got, let's see, we still have 3 laps to go right now, and Longshot is your leader. He did a splash and dash. Is anybody going to get hooked up and have enough to catch up to him? He has a 5.9 second lead on second place by doing that splash and dash.
Looping back in now.
So from second on back, they took tires, is my guess. At least right side tires. They had to because they burnt that right side off.
Sorry about the stall out there, folks. We're coming right back. We just got kicked from it, unfortunately. So right now we are still trying to get on board now, waiting for it to load.
You have Timac up to your second position. He's 5 seconds back now. He's closing the gap, but I don't think he's going to have enough time.
There we go.
Down to
Okay.
5.2.
Woo! Okay, so we're
These
Timac,
guys are all together.
Looking for that 24 Timac. Searching.
Longshot is your leader, and now you got...
They're on him now. They got the trap. They're coming out. Is he a sitting duck?
Oh,
yes, he is!
Here we go!
24 past him. 43 past him.
Timac is going to steal his head. He got carnage. Timac with the win. Timac with the last second pass for the victory.
What
Incredible.
Was that?
What a finish.
That was amazing.
I am so glad you came back just in time to show our viewers that finish. That was excellent.
That was close.
You had strategy and running by yourself versus the draft, and man, Timac with just enough time to pass him, like, what 500 feet from the finish line?
Yep,
Incredible.
Timac, long shot to Napa Fan, ended up finishing out the top 3. J-Mod's 4th, Intimidator 5th, Flash 9-6, a.k.a. Rubbernecker 7th, 8th is Hellcat Maverick, and 9th is NASCAR King. 10th is Brett Baker rounding out our top 10, and it looks like the stage wins go to Timac.
Timac and Convicts Popeye.
Convicts, that's right. Okay, there we go. Oh, man, what an amazing run there by everybody.
What a race.
Yep.
That was excellent.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to throw out a little fishing line there. Molly's going to reel us in some of our...
yes, I am.
All right. Some of our drivers here, Timac Napa. Oh. All right, folks. So we are just getting finished up here. Waiting for our driver interviews now. Talladega done by NOSSCAR.
Was third? J-Mons was third or fourth?
Fourth. J-Mob was 4th.
Okay, so we're bringing in Napa Fan.
It does show him as 3rd. Well, we'll get confirmation of our top 3 as soon as we get over here. Timac will be over here in just a moment. Let's see. Let's find our race winner.
Did you throw out your fishing line? I kind of ran out of bait over here.
Uh-oh. I'm scared. I'm scared to back out of anything right now. There we go. Timac, you in?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Timac is
All
in here.
right.
If you
So
could throw
before
out
we
your
get to
fishing
you,
line there, Timac.
if we can just get everybody over.
Absolutely. I'm bringing the top 4. That includes myself, Longshot, Napa Fan, and J-Mons.
Copy
All
that,
right,
bud.
excellent.
Oh, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.
We did.
Yeah,
Oh
man,
my
you have no
gosh.
idea. That was
my
crazy.
God.
Oh, yeah, you do have an idea because you're on there.
You
Yeah,
gotta
I
have
gotta
some
catch
sweaty
my
palms
breath.
right now, brother.
I'm glad my interview's not first. I gotta catch my breath.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, we're just waiting for our drivers to come on board here. Let's get a third place guy. Is he up here yet?
We're gonna start out with fourth place.
Fourth, and be like
fourth place.
J-Mons.
With J-Mons. J-Mons is in here.
Gotcha. J-Mons, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
J-Mods, dude, what a run. You were in the back for a while. I was a little concerned because I was tracking you today. You had yourself an amazing run throughout. Found yourself in the back. I was a little concerned there for a minute, like, okay, is he having a problem? Or were you just saving your fuel, saving your car, biding your time? What was your strategy today, bud?
Initially started on the pole, and I was content with being up there as long as I could, and then I noticed I started burning more fuel out of the guys that was in my party, as usual if you're out front. So I told Titans I was going to go high off of 2 and let them go, and I was going to try and save some fuel, and eventually the leaders would start noticing the same trend, and they'd come back to us. So it was just fuel management at the start, and then once I got back there, it was just cautions kept me back there, and there was a little bit of lag out there as well as we were trying to work through the pack, and I became the victim of several different lag shots that pushed me out of the draft itself. So it was tough sledding there for the second stage especially. Third stage, I was just biding my time really with Perky and Titans, Timac. We were all in a party together. We were communicating, and I was just comfortable with riding for a minute. Wasn't going to force the issue. Then we noticed as laps started winding down, it was like, all right, we need to make our push. And every time we go to make a push, we get a huge block in front of us and just kill our momentum, or lag shots again where it would separate us a little bit. So it was just terrible timing and instances beyond our control. But we ended up overcoming that with green flag pit stops at the end. I came out by myself. Perky sped on pit road, so I lost my drafting partner. And eventually ran down Timac in front of me when he made his pit stop, and we got linked up with a couple of guys. With Napa, I think, was the other guy that tagged along with us in a lap car, and it was 4v1, and we were 4.5 seconds back with 3 laps to go, and we ran him down on the last lap. So made the push with Timac for the win. I told him I was committed with him, and once we made our move, I pushed up there with him, and I got doored from the inside. I'm thinking it was Napa. He already apologized to me, but it was tight racing there. But congrats to Timac on the win, though.
It was a racing incident, but I did point out in the broadcast that I noticed that you were kind of teamed up with Titans in the 12 car for a lot of the race, and it looked like you guys were always trying to get that outside line started, and a couple times you actually got that thing to work, and that outside line just powered through it. I mean, you wanna walk through how you do that?
Yeah, that's a fun move. A lot of people don't believe it works. Trust me, it works. I've been in plenty of races with the pro league guys and all of our testing and just fun races that we've done. You can get the top line to work if you got the right people out there that know what they're doing. And we had Longshot join us, Flash 9. They were in a different party than us, and we got that thing stroking up there. It was nice when we got it moving. But yeah, to really time that is just timing the run, get the separation. About 2-3 tenths, maybe half a second if you got enough cars behind you. Get the run. Pull the rest of you guys with you, and as soon as you get around their bumper, take the shot to the outside and stay trucking. Don't lift. And you're literally 6 cars nose to tail pushing through the corner and praying no one messes up, because all it takes is one slip up in the entire round of shot if you're not wrecking.
Yeah,
that's confirmed.
It's not easy.
And we were noticing that as well on that outside line. You really had, and we were commenting the exact same thing. Is that when it comes to that high line, yes, you can get that thing up and moving, but you need to have the right cars and the right drivers up there to really make that high line effective. And of course, you were just describing that any little slip up and that high line's gone, including from the bottom line. So if the bottom line slips up and hits anybody, which we've seen multiple times where there's just a little bit, just a tiny bit of contact to that outside line, and then it just destroyed the entire run. Yeah. Yep. We watched it. I mean, it was so clear as day on the broadcast today. It was awesome. Like I said, you guys are really throwing down some good stuff today, and we were we were agreeing with you on that unfortunate lagging issues and connectivity things of that sort. We actually lost the broadcast at the end of the race, looped it back in. No, but we only missed like 2 laps. I was able to loop it back in that fast.
We got right back in just to catch that awesome finish.
Awesome run up. So we only missed like literally 2 laps, and then we got the entire end. So
probably during green flag stops. So
no, right between green flag and the end, we caught for the last 2 laps.
Impressive.
It was excellent.
Got that. Yeah, it was good stuff. So everybody was kind of fighting with some similar issues today. So again, hard work on everybody's part, it seemed like, because everybody was fighting to get to that checkered line, including the booth.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, well, great run. Good run.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Congrats, Tom.
Thank you.
All right, Napa fan.
How's it going?
Got on that podium, brother.
What is that, dude? Well, first we had the 24s up there running nose to tail, and I'm thinking, was this set up? Is this planned? You know, because this looked way too choreographed. And sure enough, you guys were just doing yourself a fine job up there. Both the 24s up there. I mean, the good thing is
24 versus everybody.
Yeah, and we couldn't really mess up the leader number. So we were good there. You know, we're stoked, man, because you had 2 24s up there. Who's going to get it? 24 to 24. 24! Yeah! I mean, you guys were killing it, though, man. I was extremely stoked for you guys, the way that you were working together, and, of course, charged from the back. All right? So that you guys started in the back, you know, and made your way up forward. So, again, give us a little insight on your run today.
Well, it was a little bit up and down. I went from the back to the front, and I got up to the front, I'd get shuffled out, and then I'd have to get back in line and do it all over again. So I did it several times throughout the whole race. But
you did a great job of doing that.
Yeah, the car was, oh my God, the car was so good. Can't complain about it.
No, dude, it looked like you had yourself, I mean, when you're sitting there up in there in the front, and you had that car glued to the bottom, you had it glued to his bumper, and the car was not wiggling. You seemed to be in complete control of that fast piece there. I mean, and you, again, did a great job really maintaining your car, running it, and actually maintaining that what I like to call the yo-yo event of plate racing. So when you go to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back, I mean, you just feel like a yo-yo all the way through this race, and then you just hopefully you time that up part at the end, you know. So, and you did a fantastic job getting her done today. So, very stoked for you, bud. Good job.
Thank you.
Got it. All right, and who else we got here?
We got Long Shot, brother. Hey, Long Shot. Speaking of yo-yos, what in the heck, man? You had the biggest swings of anybody in that race. I mean, just unbelievable. We watched you come from the back of the field, drive your way to the front, and then both stages you get caught up in an accident and just major damage, and then fight your way back up there, and then pull some strategy at the end that almost pulled you off a victory. Walk us through it.
It was definitely a yo-yo style race. We started at the back and just kind of slowly, patiently was working our way up. Every time somebody would move up, we'd take advantage and fill the gap, and just kept doing that. Got up to second there for a while riding, and I seen I think it was Perky and J-Mons and Flash and all them rolling the outside, and I was able to time it just right and get up in front of them, and was able to hook up with them and run the outside for a while, and got us all clear, and worked back down to the bottom, and then that caution came out, and we got shuffled back, and thought we were going to be able to work our way back up for a good stage finish, and got caught up in a wreck. So pitted, went to the back again, did the same thing, just trying to slowly pick our way off, back up through, and same story. I don't know what it is about me and super speedways, but I have some of probably the worst luck I don't know how I've gotten two second place finishes on super speedways this year, but pure luck there, I guess. But got caught up in another wreck at the end of stage 2 after thinking we were gonna get another halfway decent finish and get at least some stage points, and that didn't pan out. So I said, just calm myself down, restart for the third stage. Had a couple cautions come out that was able to dismiss fuel strategy a little bit. I thought we were going to have to play a fuel saving game if it went green, which I was prepared for, and then the cautions kind of helped that. And able to work our way up, and was able to get up with our drafting partners and Flash and Rubber and them, and just kind of riding with them for a while. And told Flash whenever he wanted to pit, let's pit. And I know how J-Mons feels. Same thing happened to me. My drafting partner got caught speed and entering, which left me to come out alone. Otherwise, I think me and him would have battled it to the finish, because I think we would have had two of us, which might have held those guys up from catching us so quick. But I came out by myself and just I was hoping maybe they would start racing back there, but they were able to get hooked up and start chasing me down. And I'm watching the ticker count down, and halfway down the back straightaway, I said, "This is going to be cutting it close to making it." And coming through the trial, I see Timac and all them coming, so I knew I wouldn't be able to block hard, because I knew if I did that, we were all going to wreck. So the closer they got, the more I was just trying to slide up in hopes that some would go high and some would kind of get forced back below me and kind of force them to help me in a way without causing a wreck. And somebody, I think somebody went 3 wide, and we all got together there just racing to the finish. It was a racing deal, but I hate it that we lost our drafting partner, because I think we would have had it otherwise, or at least it would have been a battle between me and him. But other than that, it was glad to come home with a P2 finish. Once again, it was another good points day, as we're still looking at the big picture with the regular season championship and just trying to stay alive there. Disappointed that we didn't get better stage finishes and the win, but couldn't ask for much more than just having a shot there at the end. Talladega, Daytona are always kind of wild card races. You never know what's going to happen, and just to be able to have that chance at the end is all you could ask for there.
Oh man, and you did a fine job with it. I mean, you really did. I mean, again, I bet you're biting your nails and as much as we were, because we were on the edge of our seats if we were actually sitting down, but we weren't. Trust me. So, I mean, you said did a fine job of doing everything you could at the very end. We thought you might have had enough time, but then Marley was counting it down, and he was counting. His count was getting quicker and quicker and quicker as you were narrowing, as that gap was narrowing. And then when it comes to that last turn, we knew that you. You're going to have your work cut out for you, buddy, because they're all coming gunning at you. And so what a fine job you did just to maintain that second position. That was just crazy. I mean,
wishing it was Daytona and the start-finish line was at the tri-oval, man.
They would have had that, man. Yeah, it would have been side-by-side, some fairs. But, man, like I said, great run for you. I mean, you put on one heck of a show. Coming through, doing the yo-yo effect and bringing your car back and forth smartly, cleanly, and of course, with all kinds of pizzazz throughout the runs. We're talking the outside, the inside. You were really working the entire track, the entire field, and driving your race. When it comes to your pit strategies, everything needed to line up there. You had to work your cautions, and you did a fantastic job. Great run for you today there, bud. Real proud of you, bud.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations to Ty on the win, and J-Mons and Napa on their top 3-4 finishes, and looking forward to next week.
Can't wait, buddy. You guys keep putting on the show you're putting down, man.
Lake and some Dover, so we'll go there and see what happens.
Copy that. All right, buddy. Well, it's good to see you racing today, and great show.
Thank you. And congrats to everybody again.
Thanks, bud. All right, Ty-Mac, my man, what is going on? Look at you, dude. Another W's. Got that checkered flag just a waving, and man, you had to earn that guy. You need to first take us through your your race, but really focus in on that last run on what that was all about, because man, you did a job of all keeping us at the edge of our seats right there, trying to make something of the end of the race, man. Go and run it down.
Yeah, that was a real show, wasn't it? I still can't believe it, man. John, Marley, I am in disbelief. I don't know what to say. I couldn't be happier with how our race went. We started 21st, really worried about that, but quickly worked our way forward. We won stage 1. We were working really good with guys that didn't get the finishes they maybe deserved, like Dave in the 2, Convicts Popeye in the 42, and several others. And finding really good speed out there in both lines, but mostly preferring the bottom. And I made a mistake in stage 2. I forgot to hit the X button and go to pit road under one of those yellows, and I was short for fuel going to the end of the stage.
Okay.
Had to pit under green, was the first car a lap down, and 21st. Was able to get back onto the lead lap, and was able to charge my way back forward again during the final stage. And now that final stage was really something. A couple of yellows, some 2 and 3, 4 wide action. And at the end, we knew we were going to have to pit. Everyone was going to have to pit anywhere from 5 to about 11 laps to go in the race. And it was going to come down to who had a dancing partner after those cycle of pit stops and who didn't. We ran our fuel tank dry, took 2 tires and a can, and we were good to go to the end. A couple of drivers got some speeding penalties, and when I came off pit road, I was running in second just in front of Jay Mons in the 43. Heck of a driver. Pretty sure he's crew chiefing for somebody in the NASCAR Pro League right now. And he was giving me one heck of a push. And
Mike is
that
actually
push
watching right
led
now.
to us catching long shot there. Sorry, go on.
I was saying Mike is actually watching right now, but I'm crew chief with Mike RPM for Richard Petty.
Ah, perfect. Yeah,
Nice.
Shout out to Richard Petty Motorsports and to Mike RPM. Best of luck to all of you in the NASCAR Pro League.
We are following, buddy.
Thanks
Keep
for
it
the
up.
push. Thanks for the push, man. That was fantastic. I didn't think that we were going to run down long shot. I didn't think we had enough time. I was watching the interval, and sure enough, we did. And I asked Jay going into the final corner. Communication was key tonight. He happened to be in my party chat. I asked him, "Are you going with me?" He said, "Yeah," and he might have even had plans to make a move after we got around him. Thankfully, it's Talladega, and we had enough time straight at the start-finish lines down the straightaway more. So who knows? Maybe he was going to go win it for himself, but he was committed to help me buy long shot. I knew that. I made the move, and I looked in my mirror, and they were colliding into each other 3 and 4 wide, and I knew that I had it. The caution came out about 10 feet from the start-finish line to end the race, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. Second win of the season, 3 more valuable playoff points for getting the win, and yeah, I'm blown away. I'm so happy.
Well, you put on one heck of a show there. Marley, got something?
Yeah, hey man, you know how they say cautions breed cautions, wins breed wins, and you got your first dub a couple of weeks ago, and now you got another one for your 24 Hendrick Chevy, and I'll tell you what, man, it's looking like that luck is falling in your corner. I was watching that tracker because I was tracking a long shot for the race, and I'm like, man, 6 seconds. I believe it was 5 laps or 4 laps to go, and I was like, I don't know if they're going to be able to cut it down, but the way that you guys were able to link up so quickly together, that is what did it, because any little bit longer, you guys wouldn't have caught him. You caught him at just the right time. Went 500 feet from the line. Just unbelievable. I mean, that had to feel amazing, being able to run that 6 seconds down and just steal that win in that kind of fashion. I mean, unbelievable job.
It really did. It felt amazing, and honestly, it almost was J-Mons getting the push to the win potentially, because he made a move on me to the outside. He had a head of steam coming as I came out pit road before he did. I think he hit the lap beforehand, and he was going to get the position on me, but we caught 2 cars in front of us just in time, right when he got beside me, and I was able to get the draft with them because they were running the bottom, and I was able to hold that position in front of Jade Mons in the 43. So it came down to a lot of things. There was a lot of factors that played a role in who won this race, and normally when it's one of those races, it's not me getting the win, but I really hope what you said is right. I hope that my luck is changing, and I hope it stays this way. We're on a bit of a roll right now, and I would love to keep it that way. nobody really likes to start the season winless after about, 10 races, 9 races. So yeah, I'm really glad to find victory lane at Bristol 2 weeks ago, and I'm happy to do a two-peat here and go to victory lane at Talladega, hoping to keep the ball rolling and keep those playoff points adding up.
Yes, I'm excited to see what your Lady Luck has in store for you throughout the rest of this season, because it does look like you found yourself quite the momentum, and you're really starting to light the fires up right now. And again, then they're glowing hot, bud, for that Hendrick Chevy right now. And again, very stoked for your run. You did a fantastic job. You know, again, you had to play the role of the yo-yo as well. You found yourself in the back, in the front, laps down. I mean, you had yourself the storybook style type of a race where you had every ups and downs in it, and to come across the race checkered as the winner, man, that was just fantastic. You couldn't, and having us stand up in our seats, just just cheering and yelling for whatever. We had no idea what was going to happen, if you guys were going to catch them or not. So at the end of there, man, that was just fantastic racing. It showed a lot of the strategies, a lot of that driver knowledge right there, that experience level of having to get lined up as quick as possible. And I touched base with that in that style of the race at super speedways, where the cars that get lined up the fastest are going to be the ones with the most momentum and have a chance to get something done. And you just proved it right then and there. That was awesome, buddy. So great run to you. Super stoked. Can't wait for next week, but you guys keep this up for sure.
Thank you so much to you and to Marley and to Mucka, who couldn't be here tonight, and to everybody at Left Turn Broadcasting. You guys do a phenomenal job. I'm so glad you came out to get the coverage of this race, and I'm glad that we brought you a really exciting finish there. That was wild.
Yeah, wouldn't want to miss over 20-something cars, talented cars on the field at Talladega. Are you kidding me? Would never want to miss that. So, like I said, you guys all did a fantastic job, really putting on an awesome show. Again, couldn't have asked for more. What we at next week?
We have Dover Speedway next week. We're going to the Monster Mile, Tron. What do you think?
Woo! Oh, man. Well, we've had some experience there with the Dover, and it does tend to produce one heck of a show when it comes down to that. Lots of action, lots of strategy, tire wears, you name it. So the bump and runs, drivers' tempers. Oh, man, I don't know what's going to unfold first, to be honest with you. So we're stoked, man. And plus your large number of fields when it comes to NOSSCAR, which always adds tremendously to the show. So, again, God, I can't wait. This is going to be awesome.
Can't wait to bring coverage, and thanks again to all of you guys for everything that you do. You do a tremendous job, not only with NOSSCAR, but with all the leagues that you bring coverage to.
I appreciate that, but we're going to keep doing our best. I guarantee you, we're going to strive every day to bring you and all of our fans out this awesome race activity and some of the greatest driving that we've seen in this simulation. So again, hats off to all you guys, folks. We're going to go ahead and let you go from here. It was an awesome run at Talladega with NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series, really throwing down some professional, expert driving at this super speedway. Very happy about that. You got Marley here. Marley?
Yeah, it was excellent, man. This is probably one of my favorite races that we've been able to broadcast this year. I mean, just beginning to end, it was so much action. Great finish. It was an excellent race. And to our viewers that are still watching here, if you tune in to Left Turn Broadcasting on YouTube, you can go to the playlist and you can watch all of the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series races that we've broadcasted so far. I believe we have 8 in there or so if you want to get caught up on their season. And like and subscribe, join the family. You can also catch us on Facebook, where we're going to be streaming live as well at Left Turn Broadcasting.
Yep. A lot more things coming up, folks. A lot when it comes to Left Turn Broadcasting. We're always going to be trying to introduce something different. So keep tuned. And again, we'll let you guys all go, and we'll see you next week for NOSSCAR and all the rest of the week for everybody else. So, guys, thank you so much for your support. Again, like Marley said, that like, subscribe thing. And, man, keep it all pointed the right direction. Keep it safe. Keep it clean. We'll see you soon.